Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with darling little Gracie and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is this little bit's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands. The little tiny correction and a lot of motivation that we give these little kids when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to keep her under control, and we do that by gently giving a little tug on her collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. She's going to come home with her very own collar, and that's going to be used for walks when you're outside. Now she's sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is simply proper walking on a leash. Walking with you nicely at your left, not tripping you because she's so little. If she's all willy-nilly, you're going to fall over her. And the command is Gracie, heel.
Gracie, heel.
Now at this point, little Gracie has a job to do, and that is to stay next to your left leg when walking. And you have to walk fairly slowly for her to keep up with you, or she's running when you're walking at normal speed. When you stop walking, she sits automatically to wait for her next command. And she's staying well out from underneath of your feet. And she sits beautifully when you stop walking to wait for her next command. So now you're going to have something to practice with her outside, that the weather's getting nicer. The two of you can go out and enjoy the fresh air, heel around, see the sights, smell the fresh air. And this tires her as well, and it gives her something positive to do with her energy. Now Rich is going to leave her in a sit-stay. So what he does is he takes one hand right in front of her face, says sit-stay, and then he walks out to face her. And this is helping for her to build up self-control, which is one of the things that we talked about with her little OCD behavior. This is self-control for her. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way back around to heel, back where they started, and they take off walking again. And believe it or not, you get her out in the fresh air, and you do some walking around with her, and some sits and some stays and some come. She's going to be a different dog for you. She's very, very bright, and she needs to be stimulated. Nice automatic sit.
Stay.
Rich leaves her in a stay. And this time, instead of returning all the way back to her, he's going to call her.
Gracie, come.
We talk to her when she's coming in, and she comes right in front. And then she goes back to heeling. That was great. And we'll show you that again. I know how tempting it is when you have a little tiny dog like this to carry her everywhere, but you want her to have a sense of self and of independence and confidence. And so putting her on the ground and making her perform these exercises for you is going to give you that. And like I told you on the phone, don't give up. Right now she's putting the brakes on for Rich, and that's okay. But don't give up at that time. Make her do something correctly, and then you can say, okay, we're done. Now, Rich is going to demonstrate the down for you. We talked about that on the phone as well, the down on command and stay. So this is lay down and stay. That's what I told you on the phone with her, with the down. We've been working on it, and obviously she's picked it up. So we have demonstrated for you all of Gracie's formal on-leash obedience commands, and this is going to give you something to do with her that's a lot of fun, that you're going to have a positive experience that she's going to enjoy and you're going to enjoy, and it's going to keep her little brain occupied. We've had a blast with her. We've loved every minute that we've spent with her, and thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.